recorder so that way I can record this for later repurposing. And today, as you can see for the topic for today, thank you so much for joining. If you are just now coming in, please let me know if you can hear me and, of course, see me if you're not having any issues. And I'm going to get right into our topics for today, which is the power of CTAs. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all hear about it all the time. Like, what the hell is a CTA? What's a call to action, right? So I'm going to go ahead and tell you what you don't want to do is you don't want to have a video go viral and you don't have a CTA. And even if your videos aren't currently going viral, you still don't want to have a CTA. The call to action is basically letting people know what you want them to do once they have watched your video, once they have looked at your posts. Anything to that effect, even something that's coming on live right now. If you're on doing a live like I am, making sure that people know what it is you want them to do, just so you can be able to have the follow through, the follow up, right? So we're gonna go ahead and break right into it and try to break things down for you guys, right? To make it easier for you, right? So thank you so much, Meech. What's going on, Meech? How you doing, bro? How you feeling? Thank you for coming on. Like, I really love the fact I've been seeing you on here way more often. How you feeling? How you feeling? So today we're talking about CTAs, which is the call to action, and it's very important. Like, I made a post on my page earlier, just going over it pretty briefly, but it's the gist of it. So right now I'm going to, of course, break that down for you guys even more so, just so you guys can understand how you can really benefit from this. And I'm going to tell you, before I get right into that, into its in depth, that I've actually had a client who made over 1 million views and was this close to not benefiting off of those views because they had no CTA. And that's how serious it can get. You just never know when the post that you're going to create is going to take off. It's going to build up momentum. So you want to make sure that you are there and ready with that call to action, with that link in bio, with that mailing list prepared so that you know, hey, this is what I want you guys to do, because people are going to do it if you tell them to do it. Okay? Just like you guys showing up here. This is a call to action. I made a post. I said, hey, you come watch me on here, and y'all are here. All right? So first and foremost, make sure that you understand what a CTA is. All right, you can have a video go viral, but if you do not tell people what to do, you are leaving money and growth on the table. All right, and you don't want to do that. Okay. Hey, how you doing, Crystal? Thank you so much for joining in. I appreciate that. So, what I mean by leaving money and growth on the table, it's simple. Like, it really goes back into basically what I just said. Like, if you're not telling people, hey, go to my mailing list, sign up for this, sign up for that, make sure that you know that I have these other things coming, and they could just be looking at your video and just leave. Now you done missed out on possible potential of making money. You done missed out on possible potential of having a new follower. You done missed out on possible potential of a referral that it could let other people know about what you do. All because you didn't say, hey, make sure you go to my link in bio, or make sure you go follow my page, or make sure that you actually are going to my website to see what I have to offer, so you guys can also determine if you want to work with me, right? So it goes into as deep as that. Some people might say, oh, I forget, or it's not that big of a deal, or I'm tired of seeing link in bio. Stop it. Like, the link in bio is not obsolete, all right? People are still using it. I still use it, all right? And it can be in various different ways. It does not have to just say link in bio. You can make it to where you have something specific. For me, I tell people, hey, make sure that you follow my page and or join my free Patreon. That way people are already saying, okay, cool, she got this going on. She talks about this on this page. And even if those numbers on those platforms aren't growing to the liking that you would prefer, just keep doing it, because eventually those numbers are going to go up. Because it goes back to repetition. People like to be told the same thing over and over again before they start taking heed. And eventually they're going to start doing the things that you want them to do. So you don't want to have that one opportunity where you could have done it and you missed out. Okay? So what we're going to cover here basically, again, is what a CTA is. Okay? Why CTAs are beneficial. The risk of not having a CTA. How to create a strong CTA, and growing through CTAs, your call to actions. All right. If you guys, of course, you're hearing me and I mentioned something and you're like, please explain that, please let me know. Stop me in between. I will definitely answer any questions that you guys have. All right. So what is a CTA? What is a call to action? All right. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a backstory. The first time I heard anything about a call to action was when I was in MLMs. back when I was doing MCA marketing, and I didn't understand what they kept talking about. Like, what is a call to action? And it was kind of new, but it wasn't. It was only because I hadn't done network marketing ever until I got into that company. And then when I got into the company, I started paying attention to letting people know, like, hey, if you want more info, type such and such. If you want to get this, find out how to get this money, type such and such. That was a call to action versus just saying, hey, I made money by doing this and doing this, and then they have nowhere else to go. Meaning they basically just looked at your content, absorbed it, and now they moved on to the next thing, and you weren't able to get any signups through it, right? So I had to learn what a call to action was. So basically, a call to action is letting people know what you want them to do. It's very simple, whether it is for them to follow you, to comment, share, click on something, or buy something. Like, it could be a number of things. You can say, hey, listen to my latest track, for example, right? From Meech, right? Listen to my latest track, or look at my latest photo shoot, or anything to that extent, or whatever it is that you're a part of and you want more people to be engaged in that. You can say, hey, look at my last story. Like, I have a story that's only going to be on my stories that I'm not posting in my post on my page. So make sure you check out my stories. And you can put that even as simple as placing that in the just that field that we have right next to our profile images. It's like the status update. You can place that there. Within 24 hours, you never know how many people can see it and go look at it because you put that there into your status, right? So that is what a call to action is. Letting people know what you want them to do, what you want them to react on, what they need to click on, all right? And then you go from there. So it all goes back again to the link in bio, right? So making sure that you're doing that. So again, you can't just not place it there and expect people to just do what you need them to do without telling them, right? It's important for you to actually tell them. You cannot just hope that it's going to happen. You have to really go on people's, it's almost like going into an inbox without going into the inbox, because they're on your page. But if they're on your page, you want to make sure they have something that they can remember you by outside of just the video or outside of just the post. Okay. So now we're going to go into why call to actions are beneficial. Okay, so I'm going to give you a few things, all right? I got my little script here, so you're probably like, what is she reading? Finally getting a script going on, okay? Clarity. Your audience does not have to guess what to do. Clarity, okay? Why that's important, again, you don't want them to guess, all right? Now, it goes back to treating your clients and your audience almost not necessarily like a child, but definitely not to where they understand why you do what you do. Sometimes you have to lead them to where you want them to go and to do what you want them to do, right? So you can't just assume that they're going to understand, oh, okay, well, they see what I got. Like, they're going to click on it. Some people may, if they already understand, some people may, but you're still going off of an assumption. You're still going off of a hope. So if you actually put in that line that says, hey, if this video helped you, or if this link if you think this link is going to benefit you, or if you will know a friend that will benefit from this, make sure that you share this with them, right? That's a call to action. Now they know, okay, you know what? I do got a friend that does that. I do got a friend that will benefit from this. Like, I do be doing this. Then they're going to say, you know what? Let me go ahead and reach out and click on the link, or type in free, or type in whatever it is that you want them to do. Now they're grading not only engagement on your page, but they're also letting you know that they actually appreciate what you have and they want more of it. Now you got somebody who's going to possibly be a follower for you for life, and possibly also bring other people. I'd rather the guesswork be in what they will do afterwards versus them taking that first step. Make them take that first step by telling them what to do. All right. Now the conversion part, we just kind of went over a little bit, right? So you're building the audience. You're letting them know, like, hey, this is what I have going on, right? And I want you guys to click on this link so you can get more information about that. But that's not it. Granted, yes, we want them to do that action, but you also know what's going to happen once they actually take the action. This is the part where people have actually taken that next step. They have already taken the first step, and now they're ready to take the next step. So if I have my email list already created, and I've created my call to action on a post that has more than likely went viral, right? Or just picked up a lot of attention, and people have said, you know what, I want to go to the mailing list, or I want to go ahead and sign up for that Patreon. Then they do so. Now, what are you going to do with them being there? Are you going to just going to leave them sitting there? Or are you going to give them something of value, something that they're going to appreciate and want to also use to their own benefit, or however it is that they got, whatever they got going on, right? So you want to make sure that you are finding ways to convert them, right? Whether that is bringing other people in, for example, if they have referrals that they want to, that can be beneficial for you, or if you want to go ahead and finally give them that offer to sell them something, even at a discount, because they took that time, right? They took that time to sign up and to make sure that they can stay connected with you, right? So that's this way you say, you know what? Since you decided to take that time, and literally it takes less than a minute to put somebody's email in or something, or even to type in a certain word to get a link, you still appreciate it because it's still effort. We say all the time, it don't take much for you to go ahead and like my post, to share my post, or to go ahead and leave a comment, even if it's a couple of emojis. But a lot of times people don't do that, especially if they're cool with you like that, right? So they just bypass it and let that be what it is. But then if you get somebody that sees you, that don't know nothing about you, but they see what you've been doing, they see the work that you've been putting in, they're going to be more motivated to like and to do all those other things because they see you putting in that work and they appreciate it. Right? But again, you have to have that next step for them to do once they take that first step. All right? So that's something to definitely take into consideration. All right? So what is it going to be? Are you going to continue speaking with them? Are you going to continue connecting with them, engaging with them? Right? It goes so much further than just that first step, but the first step is where it all starts. So the next thing from that is why call to actions are beneficial is control. Okay, so you are literally having the control of where and how your content is growing ultimately, because you're not just throwing stuff out there, not having a proper caption, not letting people know, hey, make sure that you follow me for more. Now you actually have a system, right? You have a system that's going on and you know how the system works. You know when you do certain things, what is going to come to you from it. If you make sure that you have a certain post and it has the call to action, you already know that, hey, somebody is going to reach out to me because they are going to find value in this piece of content, right? But you know this because you've already started it by creating that first step. Does that make sense when it comes to the control part? Like, you are literally shifting and creating the guide. Like it's basically like you're holding the hands of this person that just found you on the Explore page, and now they're like, well, I don't know where I'm going, but I like what's happening. I like how I feel. I like the fact that this is a fun time. I like the fact that they talk about some motivational stuff. I like the fact that I can relate to what they're saying, and I don't mind them taking me on this journey. So now, if I have a live, I say, hey, come check out my live. I send them a link. They come check out my live. If I say, hey, once you're in that live, now make sure that you actually go and join my Patreon. They go and join that Patreon. Like, you're guiding them, right? And then even to the extent of say, you know what? They want to do more, right? They say, I want to be able to really, really support you because I have faith in what you're talking about. Now, you say, okay, well, if you really want to do that, then here's my ebook. My ebook has been out for X amount of time, or X amount of time. So go ahead and purchase it. Right now, they're going to be like, you know what? Just because I'm going to go ahead and buy it. You done led them through this whole process. The whole process. And all the way up until them finally getting a sale. Right? And imagine duplicating that process from one person to hundreds of people, even thousands of people. But it starts with learning how to do it with one person. So if you learn how to do it with one person, it gets easier. It gets easier because once you start having 50 people, 100 people, now you really got to have something automated. Send it out. You already know what they're going to do. You already know what they're going to say. And it's prepared for them, and they can follow it as it goes because you've already done it. You've already done the first part of the grunt work, and now you're going to set it up on autopilot. All right? So that is how you can see about the control part. Okay? Now, the next thing, and I actually summarize this, of course, at the end, but those are the benefits of having a CTA. It's having that clarity, the conversion, as well as the control, okay? So now the next thing, as I scroll through my transcript, is the risk of not having a CTA. And I'm not going to act like I do this all the time. Like, I'm not going to act like I always remember, but because of the circumstance that I've had in the past when I forgot, I now, for example, I definitely always put it in there because there are times